trained in Jushan, cultivated along the Zhuoshui. Along the Zhuoshui River in Mingjian Township, Nantou County, lies Asia's largest fire training center. At 109 hectares in size, this is the National Fire Agency's training center. The center is operated in an environment-friendly fashion and features administrative and educational facilities as well as training grounds. 2 detention basins and a 30-hectare wildlife refuge complete the center. The center is well equipped to educate and train, control flooding, and preserve the environment. Students here are well trained in pleasant surroundings. All of Taiwan's new firefighter recruits are trained here. No matter their background, recruits are put through a rigorous course. A strict training regime and development of a strong esprit de corps prepares them for their career ahead. Only by undergoing a baptism of fire can trainees empathize with disaster victims. And thanks to this, they will always remember why they became a firefighter. Through teamwork and a tough regiment, trainees strengthen their bodies and their team spirit. Undergoing challenges and ordeals, they prepare for the difficult life of a firefighter as they perform with the sacred mission of saving lives. Taiwan is subject to typhoons, earthquakes, and sudden downpours. The response to natural disasters requires the coordinated effort of the government, military, voluntary firefighters, private relief groups, and businesses. Together, these comprise a national disaster relief network that protects people's lives and property. In addition to training new firefighters, the training center offers courses on disaster prevention and response to police, police cadets, volunteer firefighters, the military, airport staff, and voluntary highway rescue groups. The center also offers firefighting and disaster escape training to the employees of companies such as TSMC, Formosa Plastic 6 Snap the Cracker, and Dragon Steel. Such training helps employees respond effectively to disasters. This world-class training center also shares Taiwan's extensive fire and rescue experience with teams from other nations. Fire Rescue Training Course. Firefighters learn to protect themselves, starting by putting on their uniforms properly. Firefighters are trained to deal with their most dangerous foe, flashover. Here, they learn how to respond quickly amid scorching temperatures and acrid smoke. With such knowledge under their belts, trainees learn how to fight fires under special circumstances. The center features training grounds for accidents on board boats, at petrochemical plants, at airports, on subways, and on highways and in tunnels. Here, volunteer firefighters are also trained in rescue techniques. Training for water rescue. A mountainous island, Taiwan is subject to raging rivers. When torrential typhoon rains fall, rescue workers are called out to help people in trouble on rivers and the ocean. For such an inevitability, firefighters are trained in water rescue. Water can both float and sink boats. In the training pool, firefighters learn how to save both themselves and those in distress on the water. They train to address all kinds of situations in raging waters. And in the detention basin, scenarios such as rescuing people stuck on sandbars and cooperating to overcome a capsizing are practiced. Practice on rivers helps firefighters become proficient at dealing with turbulent waters. Training for earthquakes. Taiwan sits along the Ring of Fire. Major earthquakes have struck Nantou, Tainan, and Hualien in the past 2 decades. When there is a major building collapse, special skills are needed to find trapped survivors. After assessing a disaster situation, firefighters establish a command center and begin to monitor the terrain. They use search dogs and instruments, as well as heavy equipment, to get into structures. They dig through rubble, searching for signs of life. Searching for survivors of an earthquake requires more than luck. Only through extensive practice before a disaster strikes can rescuers be ready when the time comes. Rescue training. At the heart of firefighting is helping people escape from terrible situations. Rescuers must constantly test themselves to gain the fortitude needed when the time for action comes. Climbing mountains and crossing bodies of water are not one-way ordeals. Rescuers must get those trapped deep in a disaster area out before they can call their work a success. When things go as planned, confidence gives them strength. Fortitude is necessary to reach such goals. Triage training. Saving lives is a firefighter's unshirkable responsibility. Every year, firefighters attend to over 1 million emergency calls. Their success means that people trust the 119 hotline. The well-equipped training center offers a comprehensive list of courses, from basic CPR and AED, to using defibrillators, to treating wounds, staunching bleeding, setting bones, and even performing intravenous injections and treating major trauma. Medical experts from around the nation offer a full slate of emergency care courses at the training center. Mountain rescue training. Taiwan is a mountainous country with high-altitude terrain consisting of half of its territory. Firefighters therefore must be ready to save lives under such conditions. Training in high altitudes readies firefighters to work in oxygen-deficient, mountainside environments where the weather itself works against them. Firefighters must face the dangers and challenges of their profession with courage. International cooperation and future outlook. Responding to climate change and recognizing that disasters respect no borders, the Center offers its capabilities to partners worldwide through cooperating with governments and disaster response organizations from around the world. The Center holds international humanitarian aid and rescue courses and symposia. Here, Taiwan's experience in addressing natural disasters is shared with the world. As multiple disaster scenarios have proliferated in recent years, the Center is planning to expand its facilities and course offerings to include a tactical firefighting building, model fire hall, gondola rescue training center, traffic accident and trauma training center, and poison training center. These additions will enable the Center to offer more comprehensive training. The joy on trainees' faces comes from having grown through trials of sweat and tears. After training, duty begins. Excellence comes from the training at Zhushan. Experience from their training. Courage from the people they serve. When disasters occur anywhere in Taiwan, the professional training and dedication of those trained at the National Fire Agency's Training Center protects the well-being of the people.